Uh-oh. I hope this is in better shape than the box it came in is. Time to find out if box in a box is a success or a failure. Thankfully, that is above where the actual guitar is. And wow, that's close. Lots of good room. Thank goodness they packed it a little big. Let's get this box out. So this gives you a better idea of how much bigger that box is than the other one is. So very fortunate that this little damage right here is the only thing that the first box took, or the inside box took. And I am pretty excited about this because this particular one is something I've been looking forward to for at least a couple of years, as they started talking about it a while back. So the like I say, oh nope, this one's got a little damage right here too. Well, time to go to the next box. So unfortunately, these really do only come with gig bags. Now, Gibson makes a really nice gig bag, and so because of that, it's not that bad. But they are a little bit tough to get out at times. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it out and put it in front of here. So looking at the side that took the damage on the box, doesn't seem to be damaged, so still excited to see what's next. Here we go. So anyone who's been watching the channel for a while knows that I am kind of a rosewood and ebony snob. I love rosewood and ebony fingerboards. Now that said, ebony has always had the premier soft spot for me. And because of that, I've always thought that the 90s era studios that had the ebony fretboards were the coolest version of those guitars. But now we have a new version, the modern studio, and it has a unique setup on it because it has a ebony fretboard with the trapezoid inlays, and that mother of pearl, or acrylic more likely, logo at the top is just perfect. This particular one is in Smokehouse first, and I've never actually seen this color in person. I like it much more than I thought I would. I also have a thing. I think these tuners are so much, these Keystones are so much better than the little kidney bean ones that are on so many of these guitars. I think that's a significant better. And look at that. It's got the Moderns cutaway. Now these guitars are supposed to have, I think it's 490R, 498T. So it's basically a customs pickups. However, there's something unique about this. And the unique part is that these, unlike the customs, have 4 switching. So you've got your coil taps or coil splits. I think it might be taps. And then you've got, or I guess this is the, like I say, these are this will be your bypass. I guess this is phase reversal. So you've basically got it set up to where this guitar has all the modern switching with the pickups out of a custom. And I like that because that makes it versatile. And with the ebony fretboard and access, heel carve, or I guess it's the modern heel carve, that means this guitar is way closer than it's ever been before. Now, these sticker for like $19.99. You can get a deal on one, and you should, because they are definitely not something that I think is a $2,000 guitar, even with all the upgrades. But let's hear how they sound and see what comes out of it. Before I jump into that playing demo, you do get an Allen key and a truss rod tool, the thing for the download for the Gibson app, pre-pack checklist, which is on the little tiny ones now, which that's pretty cool. Don't have the baby pictures anymore, which I kind of missed that. You do get owner's manual, polish cloth, and what I think is a much lower quality than we've seen in the past, but still pretty decent Gibson strap. So not the worst strap that we've ever gotten, but also probably not the best. So right off the bat, there's a lot to love about this guitar. I love the way these are not actual like chrome or nickel appointments. They're like a blacked out nickel, and I've always loved it when Gibson does that on like their mod shop guitars. So I'm a huge fan of this particular upgrade on these. Of course, I love the ebony fretboard, but there's a lot to love about the way this guitar plays. I'm not good enough to use this right here. So this is something that much better guitar players than me will really enjoy, because even when you're up here just doing it's obvious that it's there and it's comfortable. It's not like the high performance carves that were in the, what was that, the mid 2010s, like 2015, 2016. And so it's not perfectly smooth, but it's enough. And I almost feel like, and we'll put this up against a Les Paul Modern later on, but I almost feel like this one's a little bit shallower on its heel than it is on the other one. So we'll put it up next to the real Modern from a couple of years ago, and I'll be able to see what exactly the difference is. But the neck itself is incredibly comfortable to play. It's easy for you to get to those chords, and it's just smooth as glass, right? Problem with working in a shop is you never know what's going to wind up on your hands. But tell you what, let me grab something real quick. Sorry, I had to get a clip-on tuner for this one because it felt like it might have been going out of tune. Sure enough, it's got new strings on it. So you would think that since it's a brand new guitar, made at the beginning of January, and this right now is the middle of February, the strings are still pretty new. But this guitar has a great sound. Starting off on the neck. Again, 490R, 498T, same basic pickup as pickup combination is what's in the Les Paul Custom. Now everything is set to 10. Nothing hot, no hidden anything, not doing anything right now. This is just with the tones as it is coming out, playing through the 68 reissue Fender Twin reverb. Now the bridge. and then in the middle. Now, neck split. No, I think that's actually a tap, because that sounds like it's a lot. There's no hum. So I think that's a tap down to. Tap in the bridge. That really needs to be toned down some. Yeah, tuning that down to a 7 takes the bite off of it. You can see how it goes back to having a lot of bite when you turn it back up to 10. But in the middle with both of them split. This one has a lot of ring to it. And I don't know if that's going to be every single one of these or not, but it's definitely true on this one. Now, the thing about this one is it has the phase reversal as well. And there's a lot to like about that. But what I really like about this guitar is it's just a great version of it. Now, I will say this. A little bit of quality control gripes. There's a little bit of chatter marks. See if you can kind of see them on the edge of the fretboard from where the tooling is happening. But it's not dramatic. It's just enough that it's visible, but you have to be looking for it to see it, and that's not really that big a deal. There's almost nothing on the actual fretboard, like on the top of the fretboard, clean as a whistle. And these frets, it's possible that it's because they're not they don't have nibs, but they really do feel great when you are, like there's no, I don't know if they're rolled right or what, but on this side, they feel like they're a little bit sharp in the upper registers, but up here, they're not nearly as bad. Could definitely do with a little bit of rolling of the edges. But overall, it's gorgeous and it feels good and it's got a good weight to it. It's probably a little heavier than I thought it was going to be, because I think of Studios as a little bit lighter guitar. And maybe that's going to be the new modern lights. Not really sure, but it feels good, it sounds good, and it does a really good job of being a Les Paul. And that's really what it's all about. Does it feel like a Les Paul? Yes. Is it $2,000 worth of Les Paul? Probably not, in my opinion. I thought it does have cooler appointments in the hardware and in the neck, because it is a compound, I believe it's compound radius fretboard as well as the asymmetrical neck, and it feels really good. We'll put it up against a modern and measure them at the 1st fret and the 12th fret. But they are, like I said, it feels good. And if it's what you're looking for, you can probably get it for a couple $300 less than what they're asking at $19.99. So probably get a 10% discount pretty much everywhere that you, I mean, American Music, Sweetwater, maybe not your local guitar shop, but the big guys, Guitar Center, they're probably going to have these at a pretty decent discount. And that's going to be nice. But at the end of the day, it's going to be time to put these up next to, or this one up next to, some of its counterparts that are in the same range. Stuff that you can get from the Gibson mod shop or the demo shop. And I don't know, see what you can come up with. For now, I'll shut up and let the guitar speak for itself.